supplements, they are the secret sauce to diet and exercise. So we've kind of talked about it a little bit before. You're going to hear the same things. Consistency, right? That was one of our first ones. We're going to talk about consistency. We're going to talk about how important they are and what we're going to do moving forward with them. All right, so let's be real. Diet and exercise are the foundation, and that has to be like good and set before we add anything to what we're doing. So when you guys started and we talked to you guys about your program, we mentioned things like getting into the gym at least 3 times a week. I know some of y'all are doing way more than that. Congratulations. But yeah, minimum, right? Minimum is we wanted to do 3 times a week to get in to move our body. If we can add more, that's going to benefit our muscles, our joints, our bones. So it's all good. But at least that minimum 3, we talked about that exercise. Nothing's going to replace our mobility if we don't move our body. So that's very important. The next thing that we talked about was diet and how that looks when we're trying to reach our goal. What it was when we first entered the challenge might have been kind of good or almost good, right? Not that we ate horrible, because we're trying, and you guys have learned things along your path, whether it was with us or out in the world. But when we started the challenge, we put some structure and some rules along with it, right? Talked a lot about looking at your list, reverting back to the list when you're looking at proteins, trying to make sure that we stick to those things. So sometimes I know I'm like what is it? What they call a broken record, which as I was trying to think of that, I was like, I don't know if younger people understand that like phrase. Anyway, so yes, broken record. But a lot of this, it's not like this secret pill that, careful. Sorry guys, they're bringing in a table. We got ice cream and sorbet for everyone here who's live and who's in person. All right, so we talked about exercise, we talked about nutrition, we put guidelines on that, we kept reverting. And then again, of course, I sound like a broken record because I keep repeating, sorry, Erica. I keep repeating myself, but a lot of it just kind of goes back to those fundamentals and those basics. It's not rocket science, which actually makes it harder because right, sounds easy, but how many of us are successfully getting there? Or you're in, right? Easy, sounds easy, but it's like, oh shoot, I needed 40 at the end of the day. So easy, but actually not. When we have a community who's working along with us, when we have coaches who are along with us, all those things come together to really give you the support that you need. That is fundamental. Now, the added layer on top of that is going to be your supplements. A lot of times, if you guys have ever felt a plateau, that's going to be a great time to review your supplement panel to see what am I doing now and what can I change. Something as easy as, you know what, I need to add magnesium at the end of the day, right? Magnesium is really great for our muscles and being able to give it the support that it needs, usually before bedtime. So it's little things like that, right? What are we doing? Are we doing that thing? Maybe we need to switch it from magnesium to ashwagandha, right? Those different things. Or maybe you were one of our clients who took the sleep multiplier. And it's like, oh yeah, I have that, but it's in the back. And then I kind of forgot. And then I took my magnesium, right? And so we're switching off. So it's a lot of looking at where you're at and how can we make little tweaks and adjustments so that we get those results that we're looking for, because our bodies are so smart. They're so smart and sometimes work against us a little bit in a way, because it's like, oh, I know what she's doing. Oh, I know this. She's used a lot of energy and I'm not getting enough calories. So I'm just going to save anything she gives me. I'm just going to hold it right here. So we got to make sure we always reevaluate where we're at, what we're eating, how we're moving, right? Because different movement patterns can actually create or exacerbate an injury. So being able to look at your fundamentals consistently so that the fundamentals are good. So that's very important, fundamentals. But our supplements are that beautiful layer, that icing on the cake. You can't have cake without some icing. And that's where we get to go into your supplement profiles. We get to play into different things depending on who you are, what you might need, so we can get you closer to your goal. Make sure, okay, perfect. All right, we got 16 people online, nice job. All right, so Prestige Labs is one that we're affiliated with. It's one that a lot of you are currently taking, so that's one that I'm going to reference. But you guys are well aware that there are multiple brands on the market. One thing I do want you guys to be aware of, there are third-party companies that test supplements. Prestige Labs is tested by a third party, and they post like what those results are on their website if you're ever curious. Multiple companies do this as well to show what's in their stuff. So if you're ever looking and curious about what you're taking, take a look at the website. But also if you ever decided to switch or look at what you were taking previously, that information is there. Third-party testing is there to kind of help us because they are not FDA regulated. So something to keep in mind. But these are supplements that we as coaches have tested. Our clients have been on nationwide. We are in a community in the Prestige Labs affiliates where people across the country are also using these, talking to us about what they're experiencing, and really been able to kind of talk to the company about different like flavor palettes. And we've even kind of asked about different promotions and things like that so we can get our people those deals and discounts so we can get quality supplements at a decent price.
I got something to add.
Huh?
I got something to add.
Oh, okay. What is that?
So in addition, most supplements are made by the same manufacturers and then are filled with fillers and things like that. Prestige Lab have to actually go out of their way to find a manufacturer that's going to design their supplement to their specific needs. It was created by biochemists and is used by professional athletes and Olympians alike, which I view all of you guys as Olympians.
Oh, Tyler. Okay. So if you guys, let me try and re-summarize it because I don't think we fully caught the beginning. So Prestige Labs was created by a biochemist, Dr. Right?
Correct, Dr. Kashi.
Thought I was good with that. Okay, I remember the name. Okay, so anyway, Dr. Kashi, a biochemist, that he was in the realm of doing his workouts, wasn't satisfied with what he saw in the market to do his own. So Tyler mentioned that not only do we, people in gyms use these supplements, but athletes and Olympians have used these supplements, and that we use you all as Olympians. So, all right. I have to up a little down, Tyler, so we can hear you if you butt in. All right, so that's just a little bit of background, so you know what's kind of going on. You know where we're kind of just why we're a fan of the supplements. We've all tried them and have all seen results in our own lives to the things we're already doing. And I think specifically, I'm talking to Tyler because as we're going our day, well, what did we change? Really, how we entered this challenge that we did just before you guys starting. And Tyler was thinking about it. He's already eating a high amount of calories. Are you at 3,500, Tyler?
32.
Okay, 3,200.
No, previously 35. This time 32.
So he dropped down eating and wasn't seeing the results. Our coaches challenge came around, and the only thing he did was decrease his calories to 300 and then increase his consistency with the supplements. So you did the strength booster. Did you do the fat burner? No.
No, strength booster, creatine, the intra,
creatine.
pre.
Okay.
EFAs.
Yeah. Yes, and EFAs. So he took his supplement profile, which he was on something different than what I had, and really just added that to what he was already doing and was able to see better results. And that it did really help that he was consistent with his supplements along with the diet, along with the exercise as well. So it's all like a perfect puzzle, but supplements are that one layer, that icing on the cake that can help you get to that next level. So they're really, really helpful. All right. So they really, if you think about it, they bridge the gap that we have in our messy and busy lives. They really help us create that consistency. For example, if you take just one of the basics that we've all probably tried and been on is the protein powder. Let's see, when we're looking to reach protein levels, one of the easiest ways to do it is shake the powder, add that in, throw it in your coffee, throw it in your water bottle. You'll get it. Another key supplement that and this one I want to say, Amber and Tyler have really, this is their fan favorite, which is Amber here? No. It's been the creatine. Creatine has been a real big game changer and one that really has been able to help preserve muscle, which is so important. Muscle, gain and growth, but preservation. And especially for us women, it didn't feel easy at all. So it is something that we want to make sure the muscle we have keep. Don't want to burn our muscle, lose weight, and lose the muscle that we had. It is very important to keep it. And the creatine helps with that. And you guys might have seen that along with the creatine, it has also kind of messed and fluctuated with your water. That's just water, creatine, or muscle. They all just are like the best of friends. And so you might see a little bit of an increase with that. So it's just something to keep in mind. And our Evolt helps us keep track of those things. Okay. All right. So let's see. Oh, but I don't want to forget a couple other fan favorites of the creatine. So not only preserve our muscle, but it boosts our strength, endurance, our recovery. It helps our cognitive focus. So it's been one, honestly, I would have taken it after having Isaiah because I could have used a lot of cognitive focus after that. Sometimes I don't know how I survived that whole year. All right. Our next one that you guys have seen a while, but I want to make sure, and I do want to make sure that we touch base on, is our intra workout. So some of our, I think Tyler's favorite flavor is the watermelon. Just got the coming in, so I'll samples, and hopefully online able to come in on that one for the next time. But we'll have the peach mangoes, the flavor coming in. So super excited about that one. But what does it do? It's going to speed our recovery. So when you go into your workout, you're literally ripping apart your muscle. You're lifting heavy things. You are pushing your body to move faster or move heavier. And so you are making that muscle, those muscle fibers, essentially tear and break apart. And so the recovery process is just as important as the workout. So you do need to get sleep. You do need to have a rest day. You do, or you should, EAs, which is essential amino acids, are going to be found in it. It speeds up recovery, reduces fatigue, supports our muscle tone, training days, so that you can show up and be able to utilize like your muscles' ability, your endurance, and be ready. I don't know if you guys have, I'm sure we've all experienced it. You went real heavy in leg day, and then the next day you're walking like this and going to the bathroom. You're probably doing some intro could so right, so protein is a building block to help support and build muscle, but essential amino acids are the additional chains to help support. Yeah, yep. So you might hear some people in the gym world where they do BCAAs, there's EAAs, and then in the prestige world, intra. Keep in mind. But that helps our recovery so that when you go hard, you also recover hard so that you come back and you're able to do back-to-back trainings. All right, next one. I think my personal favorite, because cravings get me every time, but it's that Crush. Helps support fat loss, curbs evening cravings, supports balance. So definitely one of like, I'm definitely looking, I put it in my purse. I have a couple in a Ziploc home on time because I have felt the difference where I want a little bit more and I'm like, oh, I really like, you know, little chips or that little chocolate, like sounds good. And it just gets to me that a little more. And so having that, I still have the thought, but I'm like, oh, and it doesn't hurt much. Takes that edge off so I can refocus to my goals and remember what I'm trying to do, which is I can have that, but maybe on another day. I shouldn't be impulsive and go to it. If that's something I'm looking to eat, I need to be smart about it. I need to see how I can track it to make that happen so that I create that balance. And so being able to not be impulsive, being able to control your cravings is going to be really helpful and essential to getting you the result that you want. And that's not just for loss, that's also for muscle gain. So I don't know if you guys have heard, people might have said like they're doing like a dirty bulk. And so they're just eating whatever, it doesn't matter what, they're just trying to increase and your heart, your blood vessels, they're not going to like that. Your cholesterol is for sure going to go up. Like you definitely don't want to, if you are increasing calories, you got to sit and eat the same things. Essentially, Tyler and I were the same things. So my questions are a bit for Tyler, he gets to like double fist. Right. Well, and I'm like, I could do a fourth or yeah. So the struggle is real both ways. I do want to honor that gaining muscle is hard, but you can't gain by eating McDonald's just because it's an increase in calories, right? So that craving crusher, if you are looking for muscle gain, but you have a real craving issue, then that would be ideal for you as well. So these are the kind of things that we put in line with the program because we saw that it worked, we felt it in our own lives that it worked, and it really just made sense that there's already supplements out there that we can talk to and be consistent with something that we feel has really good quality behind it. I just said something about they're going to start manufacturing it in their own lab or something.
There's lots of training on the background and what they put in their product. And so there happens to be a guy that was also in the same with us who had done lots of research on which chemicals and things like that needs to be put together so that he can get what he wanted. He was like, I'm gonna create my own supplements. And so he went to a manufacturer and he was like, this is exactly what I want. I made it up. I just need you to mass produce it. Like, yeah, no, that's not how we do things. And so apparently they create, or the manufacturers, they know how to make it feasible for them as the manufacturer to do all this stuff for you. And then they're adding a little bit of what you want, and that way you can say that it's in there. But essentially, the majority of supplement companies are made by the same manufacturers and putting the same in there. So you're getting trash. And there's a lot of supplement companies. So I'm not talking about, all of them, but the majority of them. Because anybody can go to a manufacturer and just have their supplements made, slap their name, get a bottle, and keep going. So
sorry, if I could just interject. There is online, you can go, and I think it's like you just tell this website what you're trying to do, what your goals are, and it will send you your supplements with your name on it. And it'll be things like L-thiamine. It'll be, if you're having trouble sleep, it's ashwagandha. It's things that you can probably get over the counter, but you're telling them pretty much package it, put your name on it, and send it to you. What Tyler's saying is, for example, if you needed ashwagandha to go to sleep, to help reduce the stress and the cortisol levels, supplement company, the manufacturers can give you like a tenth, and then this whatever company can say this has ashwagandha, but it's like tiniest amount. You're not going to feel the real benefit from it. And so unfortunately, with marketing and everything out there, you are going to see and be bombarded with supplements and marketing towards here, try this has that, and they use buzzwords. But what you want to make sure you do, you go with places where they're again third-party tested, and they're ones that you trust. And Prestige is trying to get to a place to where they can truly have their whole hand in the whole hand and make it from start to end.
Well, that was what I was gonna say.
Sorry, I beat him to the punch. Okay, well, we're on the same wavelength. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Let's see, go right into our true or false. And I got you guys in the chat here. Heather, can you show me how to pull up the chat? Like, oh my gosh. There it is. Okay, cool. Yay. Okay, all right. First question. And they're again, true or false. Supplements are a replacement for a solid nutrition and training plan. False. Very nice. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Raquel. All right. 2, creatine supports muscle supports muscle retention, recovery, even during calorie deficits. True.
Wait for them to get the answer.
Oh, sorry. I know usually I just spit it out. I don't know if they've caught on to that. Here, read the third one.
Just want me to work. Creatine causes bloating and doesn't benefit women. Good answer.
Very nice.
So the EAAs, or recovery, or intra, helps you train harder and recover faster. I didn't hear a lot of answers. Okay.
True. Thank you, Teresa.
Power grains support energy, immunity, and metabolism.
True.
I heard 2 truths. Okay. Very good. True.
Nice.
The cravings crusher eliminates the need to manage stress eating habits.
Very nice.
Good. Supplements are most effective when combined with consistent diet and exercise. Oh, y'all confident about that one? I see.
Yeah, that one came in the chat real quick.
All right. I'm gonna skip that one.
Okay.
Any supplement that smells or tastes strong is automatically low quality. All right, good. False. Good.
Nice job, guys, online. I think we're going to go to 8 questions. This will be our last question. Some of these I'm like, wait a minute.
Last question was the last question. I like that one.
Okay. All right. All right. So one thing I want you guys to remember. Let's see. I wrote it in here. I don't want to mess it up. Okay. So I want you to remember this. You guys invested in supplements. You decided that this moment in time was going to work for you to get your fitness, get your food, get your supplements in. I don't want it, your daily habits. I don't want it to sit on your shelf. I want you to use what you bought, see the results. Put the proof is in the pudding. So use it so that you can see how it works for you. The main thing, and the best way to think about it is like if you bought a Porsche, you wouldn't just leave it in the garage. You need to go, you need to test it out. So please, like, use them, be consistent with them. There's so much benefit to them. You don't want to cheat yourself out of the benefit. Don't want to have to do supplements. It's part of the regimen. It's going to help. And so do your best, be consistent, and we're halfway there. So I'm proud of you guys. That's all I got.